Hello my friends, I'm G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 2. This is episode 100. In episode 99 we bashed through quite a few of our missions and discovered a pretty significant problem in that we have no new helicopters to replace our aging Guru fleet. And I absolutely refuse to rebuild that many routes, so we're going to have a lot of low reliability vehicles happening, but anyway, other than that, we're doing quite well. Let's just go ahead and get the clock going here. We already have at least a couple missions that are going to be finishing up fairly soon, I think. Although by this point, it's unlikely we're going to get anything that isn't a duplicate because we've got pretty much everything that Busy Bee likes covered. But who knows? It's always possible that it could surprise me and pull something out of its hat. But yeah, this message about aircraft not available, we're going to be getting lots and lots and lots of those, sadly. Because there, unfortunately, is no new helicopter at all. It's not even like there's one there, but it's just kind of crummy. There just isn't one at all. I did check right before I started recording. There's no new vehicle at all in any category. Which is a little disappointing, but not surprising. I'm starting to get the sense that the 2070 date that was described in the mod was the end of... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That it's the end of where the vehicles are available, not where the last new one comes in. So I don't think we're going to be getting any new vehicles anymore. But that is just a guess. Either way, we have about 20 years to go before I'm going to call this season complete. And a couple of missions have completed. In fact, this one may even have a third almost done. Alright, so it's replaced a couple here. So Tunbridge is already connected, and Menworth is already connected. So, as expected, just a couple more duplicates, but that's okay. There's the Windhall one complete, so we'll see what we get there, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a duplicate as well, but that's alright, not a big deal. That's okay. Yep, Great Lewis Head. That one should be a very familiar name. We've gotten stuff, like missions from this place many times. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Right from the very beginning, this was one of the first ones we ever got, was the Great Lewis Head. So it's been going for 247 years now, so clearly we have a pretty long history. I do actually wonder how many... I know I have about 25 actual helicopters, but I wonder how many actual routes, or 27, how many routes that is, though, because I know sometimes, in fact, most times, I end up putting several helicopters per route, so I am starting to wonder just how much it would take to actually strip all of them out and replace them. Nant Hill, that's a duplicate, we know that one. See if I can figure out a way to easily tell. The problem is, though, I know sometimes they're adjoined stations, so even if I set this to, not that I can really see this, but Okay, that's boats, I guess. I'm sorry, you guys probably can see this better than I can. I have very poor vision. Okay, so this is various airports. Okay, so this is everyone that has some kind of air or heliport in it, so how do I know which ones are actually helicopters without, well, I guess I could go to each one and see, but that seems like a pretty poor way of doing it. Okay, that one's just an airport. That one clearly is a heliport. So 1, 2, 3, 3 as of Son Church. 4, it says heliports, I know for sure. 5. 5, so that Plotting Breeze 6. 7, that was Liverlow. This is a terrible way of doing this. 8 as of Godich, 9 as of Bree-Ness. I don't actually have... I guess because it can support it. So I'm guessing 10. Yeah. So I'd have to replace 10 helicopter areas, unless I miscounted, but it's about that, and that seems absolutely awful. I don't really want to do that. If I only had 1 or 2, I might not mind it so much, but this seems awful. Especially like this one here, like there's no way I'm going to be able to squeeze in something to replace this helicopter. And I'm sure I can get at it without blowing up civilian buildings. So, no, I don't think we're going to do it. I just obviously won't create any new routes using helicopters because I can't, but I'm not going to do anything with the existing ones. No, thank you. Well, we are into 2048, so I guess we can take another quick look, because a year has passed. Nope, still nothing new. Okay. I'll keep looking every year, but I really don't think we're going to be getting anything new there. So I think we're just going to be stuck with flying death traps. Low reliability aircraft is probably the most terrifying thing you can have. Like, it's bad enough, say, if a boat has an engine failure. Yeah, you're stuck there, but the thing will still float, right? And then you just have to wait for somebody to come and get you. So, I mean, it's not pleasant, but you're safe, right? And on the road, I mean, as long as the driver's competent and can get off to the side of the road if there's an engine failure, again, it's not ideal, but you're pretty safe. But if you're up in a helicopter or an airplane and an engine fails, you're toast. Some aircraft maybe could still be landed, you know, either because they have more than one engine or because they're basically gliders. So with a competent pilot, you might be okay, but a helicopter, I mean, what can you do? If that engine fails, you're done. So, yeah, it's not good. Nat Head, I think is, yeah, we've already got that. So of any of the ones to have low reliability, I would think helicopters would be the worst one, but anyway. I'm trying not to think about it. So it's all scary. This goes over there. What's the production like over here? Well, it's pretty good. So we should breeze through that, no problem. Yeah, it's starting to give me lower quantity ones. Like you can see, I still have several of the old 5,000-6,000 ones, but it's actually starting to give me some like low quantity ones, which is kind of nice. I know it's random, but it's kind of nice to have missions that, you know, we can finish in inside of a year. So ones that take nearly the full 20 years just to do, even if they're already connected, you know. That's a little crazy. Speaking of crazy, let's go look at boats. Far too many boats. And yet, I bet if I look, I could probably use more. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I could probably use more boats. Having said that, there's at least 3 boats just in that one. I can see, you know, basically they're overlapping each other because there's so many of them. That's a little crazy. Anyway, and then this, there's got to be at least 4 or 5 boats there in that little area, and like it's just craziness. Maybe I won't add more boats. Maybe we have enough already. That's the Bork AI doing a little passenger mail route there. How quaint. Two oil refineries between these 2 cities. I bet this area is just thick with smog and smell of burning oil. There's another one over here. They clearly have really pushed the oil industry over here. There's 2 more. That's a little bit crazy, guys. How much oil do you think you can go through? Anyway. Pretty crazy. That's a nice little setup Choo Choo's got here. I do like these, the way that it builds the little junctions here. That is kind of neat. It's a little convoluted, but certainly would be effective, letting the trains go any direction they want. Although when they only have basically a corner, it does kind of make this a little pointless, but I guess it does make it easy to expand later if it does decide to do so. So that's pretty neat. I see it does not set up auto renews. That's a bit of a downfall for the thing. Or it just can't. Maybe it's never bothered to upgrade the actual type of tracks. Because I don't think there are any, oops, that's not the right screen, any available steam, like steam-only ones. I think everything now is electric. And it doesn't do upgraded tracks. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Yeah, absolutely everything is electric. Well, that's interesting. I never noticed that before, but yeah, the Choo Choo AI does not upgrade the tracks, which in turn means it has to stick with the really, really old steam engines. So it's had the same problem we have with helicopters, basically, only for 3 times as long. It's had this for almost 100 years now. You poor bugger. But that one, at least, though, is self-inflicted. If it was clever enough to upgrade its tracks, it could fix that problem. There's nothing I can do with the helicopters. There's no, upgrade the air or anything. Although that would be really neat. Some kind of, like, terraforming sort of thing. That would be kind of silly. But I wonder, though, if I could find... If it's built anything more recent, if it would actually build them using electric tracks or not. Problem, of course, is I have absolutely no idea where it's building and when, so... Oh, well, that's monorail. So that Oh, that's a vehicle depot. Where's the actual... Yeah, okay. So I see what it does. So it'll build what's available, but it will never upgrade something it built before. I understand now. So it will have these really old steam engines on the old lines, and they're just stuck like that. There's nothing they can do. But when it builds new stuff, it will build what's recent and modern. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this is. I guess it's some kind of turnaround, but it seems kind of convoluted and pointless to me. But anyway, that looks like something I would build, but then I'd come back later, get annoyed by it and fix it. But anyway. But still, it's pretty neat. I do like coming in and seeing what the AI does once in a while. The Bork AI uses any kind of vehicle, so it's a lot less obvious like what it's doing. But the Choo Choo only uses trains, or trains plus buses. So you can always get a real good idea of what's on its artificial mind, as it were. But still, pretty neat. Yeah, at this point, I think we're pretty much just cruising to victory. Not a heck of a lot likely is going to happen. Like I say, I doubt we're going to get any missions to connect new things, and obviously there's probably no new vehicles at all anymore to come. So I think we're pretty much just cruising to victory. We're pulling in about double what the Choo Choo is in terms of finances, and way more than Bork. So we're definitely not going to lose in terms of money. Not that I really care about that anyway, but I guess that's the only real thing you can use for score. That's a good point. Does this thing have like an actual score button? Those graphs. Company value, maybe? Well, we're winning that as well, whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know if this thing actually has like a quote-unquote score to... I know it has the company... Oh, hi, there it is. Actual high scores. Apparently nobody. Alright. Detailed performance? Oh, this might be kind of like a score. Profit of the vehicle with the lowest income. Oh, because I have some that are going, yeah, technically negative. Okay, so I can't win that one, but I seem to be pretty much okay everywhere else. In fact, everywhere else completely. Choo Choo has the same problem with that one, although it also is not doing types of cargo. And again, for some reason, it still has this loan that it just never bothered to pay back, so that actually cuts its score down. How's Bork doing? Not so well. It's doing fine financially, but otherwise not so good. So yeah, so I'd say I mean I'm definitely beating the AIs here. I don't know if I can fix that minimum profit unless I get rid of some of those old routes, but I don't really want to do that. Oh, this actually is a new one. Mail to New Finnburg. We don't have a New Finnburg. Hello, Sunbrook. How would you like to give me mail? You would? That's fantastic. And what kind shall we build? It's too far inland for a boat. Way too short for an airplane. This would be ideal for a helicopter. Sigh. So I'm thinking we'll just do a road trip on this one. Just a standard, regular road. No big excitement. Oh, they even lined up nicely. How convenient. Truck loading bay. We can just do an on-the-road type because that'll be fine. Let's say maybe here? Sure. And on this one, maybe here, as long as I then go back and connect those so as a way to turn around. And we'll give ourselves a depot somewhere out here in the middle of nowhere. That'll do. Excellent. This will be for mail. And it looks like it will be the Abil Ajax, I guess. Good enough. Alright, you are Sunbrook to New Finberg Mail. Excellent. Your route, sir, shall be Depot Sunbrook. So I don't know where near clicking on it. There we go. And Finberg. Excellent. For now, we'll just have the one because I have no idea how many we're going to need. And I do notice they have a broken road here. I'll fix that for them because I'm such a nice guy. They have a bank as well, so I could even do valuables. I probably would have to bring another station closer to it, but I could do valuables for them if I felt like it. But for now, we'll just worry about the mail, because that's the one it actually is interested in. And we can actually make that the vehicle we're actively tracking. Make it easier. Excellent. Okay, so you should have activated both sides now. That side's up, and this side is up. Excellent. You can hold 29, which means I need definitely at least one more vehicle. Not a problem, we can do that. And on this side, we probably... Actually, I think we want 3 vehicles in total. So let's have 3 vehicles. Okay. Overall, they are profitable, and they will be hauling, I think, a sufficient amount of mail. I think we'll end up having 2 vehicles full all the time and 1 vehicle just partially full until these cities grow a bit, but that'll be fine. Looks like they... Is that another broken road? Or is that just because the tree is there? Not just because the tree is there. Okay, it's fine. I don't know why I spend time worrying about what cities do with their roads when they have nothing to do with me, but I don't know. I just fix them anyway. I'm kind of strange like that. In case you hadn't figured it out from the first 100 episodes. Anyway. Well, welcome to 2050. It's quite a landmark year. I'm assuming it's a round number anyway. So, let's take a quick look through the replace list. Hoping, nothing. Okay. Yeah, I really don't think we're getting a new one. I'll keep looking every once in a while, but I really don't think we're ever getting one. And that saddens me greatly. But that's fine. Well, it pretty much has to be fine because there's nothing I can do about it, but effectively that's fine. Anyway. Yeah, I think 3 vehicles here is about right. I mean, later on, maybe I could add a 4th one if I felt like it, but we're definitely keeping up with the amount of mail that they have, so... And having only 3 vehicles means there shouldn't ever be a case, and that's the other reason I don't really want to do valuables, is often these banks, yeah, with terrible production, we'd have a truck sitting there trying to load. Oops, sorry about that. We'd have a truck trying to load, and then all the mail trucks would be sitting behind it waiting for the valuables to load. And they'd just be sitting there. We had that trouble quite a bit in some of those other cities. So I think we're better off just to let them run as they are and just call it even. But anyway, the requirement for mail is complete. Didn't take long at all. And now let's see what it gives us as a new one. Come on, Busy Bee, we're all waiting on you. Old Treatner, I recognize that name. That one's another really, really old one. You can tell because I still have one of the original, because this was actually a horse and buggy route when I first put it in. And in fact, I then added a second one, road one, off over here somewhere. It's long gone now, but by then I think we were just into the early steam trucks. We still didn't have trains yet. So the train was a much later addition. But yeah, this is another one that we've had right from the beginning. So they're still going strong. How is the actual production though? Oh, I'm going to say they're not going strong. They're actually doing very poorly. You've been sitting there a long time. Because there's no more. Okay, you are the only truck though, so that's fine. Alright, well, then I guess we will no longer full load. Because it's nothing. There's no coal left there. Well, that's really sad. So once this is done, I'll have to send it to depot. In fact, I think I'd like it to go to depot anyway. Get its reliability back up just so it can finish the one trip it's on. And then we can retire that route. There we go. Now I can finish that trip in one piece, and then I can send it in to cancel it. Oh, I spent a ton on a bridge for it too. That's a shame. Anyway. Goodbye, road vehicle. You're the last bastion of that memory. But sadly, your time has come and gone. So unless there's another coal relatively nearby here, I will check just in case. So I would like to keep it if there's one nearby, but I'm not running a really long way for it. Oh, that's iron. Nope, I'm not seeing one. Yeah, there's one way over there. That's way too far. Way too far. I'm not tripling the length of that journey just for that. Okay, we'll just flush it then. Yep, that is the end of that route. Which is sad, but there's nothing much we can do about it. We'll let the forest reclaim the area. Which it won't take it too long. I think I just have to blow up bridges. I don't think I can actually smoothly remove them. Although I'm paying for it anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I got used to using the remove tool because you actually get a bit of a refund when you lift up train tracks, but I guess for road vehicles that's not the case. Like for roads, I mean. But there we go. The last signs of the original route are now gone. That's very sad. But anyway. March of progress, I guess. March of progress. How's this one doing? Okay, this one's still doing fine, so that route can continue. Anyway. You can see the grass has already grown back in, and soon there will be trees there, and soon after that, you'll never even know we had a route there. Nature cleans up after man quite nicely if you let it. Which might just be a message we could say to the news there, but I get the sense that even though the mod said 2070, we might just have reached the end of the game. Huh. Well, okay. Well, it's letting me continue, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, 2050 is the normal official end of the game, so I guess. I've never actually run one all the way to the end before. I usually just pop in, play for 10 or 20 years, and then quit. And then when I come back, start a new game. Mostly because I like the start up more than the finish, but... So I've never actually seen that screen pop up before, but it's kind of neat. either way, we will continue to 2070, assuming it lets us. And then we'll call it a season. That's good stuff. That was what, an iron mine, I think. Just vanished recently. You could tell because it hasn't even grown the grass back in yet. Neat. Anyway. Preport Factory. I do not recognize that name. And for good reason. That is a new one. And they would like livestock. Okay, we can do that. Where is the nearest farm? Okay, so we have one over there and one up here. That will do. That will do just nicely. Okay. Well, let's crack out some more trains. Doesn't matter too much where I put that. And down here. Try and keep it away from the city a little bit just so I don't anger them, but I don't think that's really avoidable. Okay. And let's get these guys connected. Oh, looks like I cut right in between the city there and that mine there. That was pretty neat. Unintentional, but apparently effective. And pop back in here and see. How did I do? Oh, pretty close. Just a slight overshoot, not too bad. Not bad at all. Let's give ourselves a depot somewhere over here. That'll do. And let's give ourselves a livestock train. Well, I'll call it a farm train, but whatever. So that will be the mighty Chimera. Hauling livestock. A couple of those and a couple of grain, just because we might as well do the same thing. That'll do. Okay. And you are farm to Preport Factory. Excellent. And our route shall be maintenance. Farm, which I'm going to do that full load trick just to get it going as I usually do. To Preport. Okay. And let's get that rolling here. Smokey, buddy, why are you screaming at me? Okay, so it is there. It's active. Now we can take full load off. I just wanted to make sure it took at least a little bit on its first load. Not a huge deal, but it's always nice to let it at least do a little bit. Smokey, we can all hear you screaming, Bubs. You're a little bit distracting, sir. That's okay, you're a cute kitty, so I don't mind. Yeah. Okay, so that gets that mission going, which means I must have connected the train correctly. Well, it's a pretty short and easy route, so I'd be kind of surprised if I didn't. Well, I'm starting to think I didn't really need 3 of each of the cars. I think I really only need 1 or maybe 2, but it's not a big deal. Because it's only doing about 40% loads. I really only needed 2 cars, I guess, but that's okay. We can fix that. We can definitely fix that. Just knock 1 off of each. Kitty. Thank you, sir. There we go. So now it should do about 60-ish. The first one will be a little more because the time I spent in depot, the clock was still running, but I think it's going to be about 60 to 70% full every trip now. That's my guess. Nant Hill's still up. That's definitely an existing one, so I'm not worried about that. Awesome. Closer to 80. Cool. Okay. Well then, definitely 2 cars of each is the right amount to have, because they're almost full. Very cool. Very, very good. Alright. Oh wow, we've actually got all 3 things to Lewis Head right now. Those greedy buggers. Anyway, so that green could finish pretty soon. Possibly these goods, although I don't know for sure on that one. Because the goods are coming in by helicopter, and as you know, our helicopter fleet is not ideal. So chances are good that this green mission will actually finish first. Assuming this farm is still... Oh yeah, it's very good. I was going to say, assuming that farm is still doing very good, and they definitely are doing very well. So no problem there at all. Excellent. Alright, we're down to 2052, so I guess I will once again, out of desperation, do a quick check. And experience disappointment once again. That saddens me greatly. So maybe 2070 isn't the best place to stop. I'm starting to think maybe we really should be finishing it up a little bit early. And the more I think about it, episode 100, like being such a nice round number, probably is the right place to stop anyway. Clearly the game thinks we should be done, as it popped up that finishing screen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let us run here another few minutes, but then I think we are actually officially done Season 2. So thank you to everyone who's been watching all this time. It's been a hoot. Like I mentioned a couple times earlier, I enjoyed Season 2 of this far more than I enjoyed Season 1, and I'm hoping that I'll enjoy Season 3 even more, or at least as much. Doesn't even have to be more. This was a great season overall. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. So I think my official endpoint, it will be when I break 2.5 billion euros. Whatever that occurs, that will be our stopping point. So I think that's pretty cool. So I probably won't record any more today, maybe not even tomorrow. I have to go through all the mods and decide which ones I'm going to be using. Not just in terms of what AIs to play against, but also in terms of things like the Busy Bee. I mean, I probably won't actually use Busy Bee, but if there's anything like it, like in terms of a game type mod, I might have a look at that. Or mods in terms of, vehicles and what have you. Because I was using the 1800 start mod for this one. That's why we started in 1800, which unlocked all those old horse-drawn carriages and that. But so I'll have to go through all those and decide what I'm going to do, and I have to also 100% decide what the challenge will be. I've had a couple ideas, but I also want to make sure I give you guys a day or two to catch up and see, so you have time to put your comments in if there's anything specific you'd like to see. So I think it'll probably be a couple of days before I record another OpenTTD, but when I do, it's going to be the start of Season 3. And that is awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, this has gone really, really well. It always saddens me when I have to put completed or finale in an episode, and I just finished the Guild of Dungeoneering one just the other day, but that was an awesome series too. I really enjoyed that one. The main difference with that game to this one, though, is it doesn't have a whole lot of replayability. I mean, I could just start over, um, but there's really, like, this game has a lot more replayability because every time you start the game, you get a whole new map. So all the cities and the industries are in different spots. Plus, there's a ton of mods. Unfortunately, Guild of Dungeoneering doesn't really have any of that. It'd be the exact same storyline. And I mean, I guess I could play and try to, use different classes or something, or different style of play, but it really isn't. It doesn't lend itself quite so well to replay. So I may play it again at some point, but probably not soon. Whereas this one, I'm just going to give myself a couple of days to decide on the mods and any comments you guys want to leave me, and then I'm going to get right back into it because I do really enjoy this game and it's got tons of replayability. So it is good. Passengers Bronchester. Pretty sure we already had that, didn't we? Or are we just doing goods? Well, we might be just doing goods. Well, okay. I'm not entirely sure there's a point in worrying about that now since we're wrapping up, but anyway. But I don't like to leave things partially done, so what I could do, I think, would be, yeah, I could just clone one of these and then change it. I think that would work. So we'll clone that guy, but then we'll rename it. And change its consist to passengers. That'll do. Not a real big deal, and like I say, it's clearly not necessary since we're wrapping up, but I hate leaving things undone, so we'll at least technically get this mission started. There's no chance it's going to finish, of course, but we'll at least get it started. Because that'll make me feel a little bit better. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this series. The start was really challenging, kind of annoying too, I must admit. After, because it took a long, long time between vehicles, which I mean makes sense because it's the march of progress and technology and all that, but it was so long that I actually was really happy when we got boats. And I really don't like boats, at least not in this game. But we were stuck with those early vehicles so long that I actually really welcomed the boats when they came in, because we were over 100 years with just horses or really crappy steam-driven engines. So that's how you know it. It was a long time. If I'm saying yay to boats, then something else must be going on. Anyway, so we got some passengers going there. That got them rolling, and we're pretty much done here. So it'll probably just get into 2053 about the same time we're getting there. So we'll call it at that point. We'll wrap it up. So again, thank you to everyone who has watched the series and stuck with me this long. Comments are always appreciated, as are likes and subscribes. And if you know anyone who's into watching these kinds of games, feel free to let them know about my channel. The more we grow, the better. And yeah, otherwise, I'll see you guys back in OpenTTD in a couple of days for the start of Season 3. So again, thanks to everyone for watching. I'm going to wrap this guy up here because we've both crossed into 2053 and the €2.5 billion mark, both of which are excellent places to stop. So thank you to everyone, and I'll see you back here very soon. Bye now.